Good morning, Greenwich. No, we're located at 56 7th Avenue South. We're a block and a half south of Bleecker Street. We're between Commerce and Morton. Okay? I thank you very much. It's never going to find a place. Doesn't even know where Bleecker Street is. How can you not know where Bleecker Street is if you're in the village? If you don't know where Bleecker Street is, forget it. I had a lady come in yesterday with a lock that was probably 150 years old. Big, giant mortise lock. And she was so unaware of what she had there and how rare it was. I opened up the lock, there's some broken parts inside. I quoted her a cheap price. She thought it was too much money. Her husband calls me up and says, we're gonna buy a new one. I said, how are you gonna buy a new one? Use your brain, look at this lock. You can't buy a new one. But I said, good luck, go to Home Depot. I said, I'm sure they have one. But these are intelligent people. How can they be so stupid? As of right now, I think it's 48 years I've been doing this. 48 years experience being a locksmith. What I want is to leave something. I gotta leave something behind. I just don't want to die and people say, well, you've forgotten about in 2 years or a year or 6 months. Even though I have a locksmith shop there for 31 years, they could forget you. I just want to be known in the village that I'm this locksmith who lived in the village. This is what he left behind. This is what he did.
Well, I've known Phil since he's probably 10 years old. And as a kid, he was always interested in tools, interested in mechanics and stuff. And I was always playing with cars, so he lived down the block from me. And after working on locks all day, we'd come home and work on engines and this and that. And one way or another, he wound up in the locksmith business. At first, he was like our lunch boy. My cousin would send him for lunch. And what he'd eat for lunch, you could feed like 6 people. And anything that anybody, the 5, 6, 7 people that worked in the shop didn't eat, he would eat. So he's some piece of work. And my cousin is very good at giving nicknames. So he automatically became the alligator.
Yeah, he was something. Gator was all right.
I don't know how many years ago he arrived, but it's one of the blessings that Greenwich Village got. He's an important piece of the community. He sometimes won't charge me for keys because he said, how many years do I know you and I can't charge you?
Years ago, you used to have some guys who were real craftsmen. You had pride when you fixed something and you put it back together and they said, this lock you can't get anymore and you need a new door. Well, we'd make a lock, do what we had to do.
The future of keyless entry is biometrics. So simply just place your finger on the terminal, the door just open and close. And here's a software that can actually give you the control to remote the door.
The future of locksmithing is all electronic. There used to be umbrella repair shops, right? How many umbrella repair shops do you see anymore? These are things that are going to happen. It's okay. I'm going to get across the line before it happens. I'm all right. You know? Being a locksmith, the way I do it is a dying art. They're parts changes today. They're not going to take that lock off the door and fix it. They're going to take it off the door, throw it out, and put a new one on, which is okay. But every now and then, quite often, especially if you're dealing with churches and old buildings, you can't do that. You need a time machine because you can't go out and buy a new one. So then they need me to make it. When I was going to junior high school, that's the last thing I went to was junior high school, the principal told me that I was going to be a burden to society. There hasn't been a year in my life and since I was 18 years old where I haven't employed at least 2 people and as many as 12. I mean, it's now big numbers. I'm not a giant company, but that's a hell of a burden. What people don't realize is there's 5 trucks out there and 6 employees that are out there doing work. I have to figure out parts, material, labor, their time, and build all that stuff out. I put a good 12 hours in on a Sunday. That's what happens. 6 hours for the billing, and about 6 hours is for I squeeze in a very small amount of time, a lot.